Hello, and welcome to this month's Safety Minute. For this month's Safety Minute, I want to talk to you about something that's happening to me right now. I am late. I'm supposed to be at an event for 10:30. It is 10:24. I have a 20-minute drive in front of me, and there is no way I am going to make up that extra 14 minutes and be there on time. Now, to be honest with you though, I don't have to technically be there until 11:15 because when I go present, I allow myself a large window of time for things to go wrong. But knowing that I agreed with the organizer I'd be there at 10:30, I feel those internal pressures of being late. And those pressures, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The moment you're late, you automatically feel like you now have to speed up when you're in the vehicle. And I'm not talking that you're going just 10% over the speed limit. I'm talking that you push the speed limit as much as humanly possible so you can save as much time as possible. On top of that, because you're going so fast, it also changes the meaning of a traffic light. Instead of a yellow light meaning slow down and stop, it means giddy up and go because you can't waste 10 to 45 seconds sitting at a red light. And if you do get caught at a red light, you're constantly looking over at that other light, waiting for it to turn red so that you know when yours is turning green and you can get going again. On top of that, then a stop sign becomes a yield. A yield loses all meaning at all, and you're constantly navigating, looking for that perfect line down the road where you can move the fastest. And if somebody dare gets in your line, if they don't drive the way you want them to drive so you can get moving as fast as possible, that gets under your skin. And all these things happen because you're late. There's a few things about being late I've come to understand. The first one is you can't be more late than late. It's not like you're going to get some high five, a pat on the back, an attaboy, or you're going to win the employee award of the month for being 10 minutes late instead of 15 minutes late. I promise you, if you're 10 minutes late, if you're 15 minutes late, if you're 20 minutes late, they're just going to say, hey, you're late. The second thing about being late is we're all late from time to time. It is normal and natural human behavior to be late from time to time. The only time it becomes a problem is when you're constantly late. You're systemically late. It happens all the time. That's when we need to look at it and address what's truly going on. And the third thing about being late I've learned is the only thing worse than late is a no-show. And those no-shows, when you're speeding up, you're racing through lights, you lose what the meaning of a stop sign is, you're constantly navigating, looking for that fastest path down the road. We tend to pile more and more and more risk onto our life, and we increase the chances of that being a no-show instead of us being just late. So in order for me to deal with those internal pressures of being late, there's a few things I do. The first one is I give myself just 5 more minutes of time. You see, when we get into the vehicle, we tend to cement this time on when we're going to arrive. And then because we cemented that time, we do not move it. Instead, we adjust our driving behaviors to meet that time. And even if things are going smoothly, we do everything we can to save time so we can beat that time we cemented. Because if we save time, somehow it feels like we won some kind of Driver of the Year award. Instead, what I do is I give myself 5 more minutes. And by doing that, it allows for things to go wrong. So when I cement that time, I have 5 minutes of things to go wrong to meet that time. The second thing I do is I don't cement that time. I call that actual fictional time. Because I found it doesn't matter if you're 5 minutes early, on time, or 5 minutes late, you're still going to do what it is you set out to do. 5 minutes rarely destroys your entire day. So instead of adjusting my behavior to meet a time, I adjust the time to meet the conditions. And by doing that, it lets me then drive a lot more peaceful, a lot more stress-free, and a lot safer. The third thing I do is when I know I'm going to be late, I accept it. I know it's not going to destroy my day. Yeah, it does create a little bit of that internal pressure, and I do have to deal with it. I have to tell myself it's okay. We're late from time to time. People will understand. But I don't ever let it destroy my day. Because being late, well, it's a part of being human. I hope you enjoyed this month's Safety Minute. If you want more videos like this, please hit the subscribe button. If you want to bring me out to your workplace, go to spencerspeaks.ca. Until the next Safety Minute, stay safe.